This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Yo, what up, though, people? Like to welcome you back to the Keep It a C Note podcast. As always, I am your boy Brown. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. This your first time tuning in. Salute to you. Please do me a favor. Make sure you hit the sub button. Everybody that's tuned in, please hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell so you can stay notified when we drop new content. And don't be afraid to leave a comment. If you agree with something, you disagree with something, you want to correct me on something, or if you just want to call me an Uber, let me know in the comments. Just make sure you keep it a C note, please. And please share this video with someone that likes to talk sports and entertainment just like you so that we can all talk that talk together. Football is back, people. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. If your team started 1-0, salute to you. Let me know in the comments which your team did opening Sunday of the 2023-2024 NFL season. We going to start it off in Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, first full camp with Cleveland with no bullcrap distractions. Joe Burrow, he was in town. They just got paid. Well, he just got paid. Highest contract ever. But shout out to Cleveland. They beat the brakes off of Cincinnati 24-3. Yikes. Deshaun Watson, he threw for 154 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Shout out Nick Chubb, 106 yards on the ground. Elijah Moore, 3 catches, 43 yards. Shout out to the Cleveland Browns. They start off 1-0. Again, Joe Burrow just got that paper. Highest paid quarterback in the league. He did not show up. He disappeared in that first game, and I know it's only the first game of the season, so I won't overreact. But Joe Burrow threw for 82 yards. Yikes. Joe Mixon, he had 56 yards on the ground. Jamar Chase, he was locked down. 5 catches, 39 yards. Horrible way to start the season. T. Higgins, did anybody see T. Higgins? I know they threw him a couple deep routes, pause, but he didn't catch anything, pause. I don't know if it's because Burrow missed all that time in training camp, preseason, whatever, but they looked horrible. But we're going to give credit to Cleveland defense. Cleveland definitely held it down, so shout out to them. Next up, we got Tampa Bay. They no longer have Brady as their quarterback. Baker Mayfield is the guy. They were in Minnesota. And shout out to Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. They came away with the 20-17 victory. Baker threw for 173, 2 touchdowns, had a couple big runs at the end of the game. Rashad White, 39 yards on the ground. And shout out Mike Evans, 6 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. He got busy. Tampa Bay 1-0. Salute to them. Kirk Cousins for Minnesota definitely got busy. 344 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Alexander Madison, he really did nothing on the ground, 34 yards. Justin Jefferson got busy, 9 catches, 150 yards, but he ain't get in the end zone. And shout out to the rookie Jordan Addison, 4 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown. Minnesota falls to 0-1. Let's go New Orleans. New Orleans hosting Tennessee. New Orleans has a new quarterback in Derek Carr. And shout out to Derek Carr. Shout out to the Saints. They came away with the 16-15 victory. Derek Carr threw for 300 yards. TD, interception. Jamal Williams, he's starting. Kamara is suspended first 4 games. Jamal Williams, 45 yards. And shout out Chris Olave. He got busy. 8 catches, 112 yards. The Saints are 1-0. As for Tennessee, it was kind of up and down game for them. Tannehill is just totally horrible. He threw for 198 yards and 3 interceptions. Yikes. Derrick Henry, 63 yards on the ground. And DeAndre Hopkins in his Titans debut, 7 catches, 65 yards. Tennessee falls to 0-1. I don't know about Tannehill. I mean, I know the backup over Tennessee ain't that good either, but Tannehill was horrible. And if anybody is defending Tannehill saying he's an okay quarterback, then they don't know what they talking about. I'm just keeping it a C note. Let's go out to ATL. The Falcons, they was hosting Carolina. They came away with the 24-10 victory. This game was funny. Desmond Ridder, he threw for 115 yards. Tyler Algier, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts, you already know what it is with Kyle Pitts. 2 catches, 44 yards. Shout out to that. Atlanta starts the season 1-0. As for Carolina, they got a rookie quarterback starting. Bryce Young plays so-so, threw for 146 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions though. Miles Sanders, 72 yards on the ground. And Hayden Hurst, first game with Carolina, 5 catches, 41 yards, and a touchdown. Carolina's defense looked so-so week 1. So, Bryce Young, the 2 interceptions. He's young. You hope he get better with it. But he has to learn. So, it is what it is. Let's go out. Indianapolis, Jacksonville. They was in Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And shout out Trevor Lawrence because I put a lot of pressure on him and said that he will have a better season this year than Josh Allen. The Jaguars came away with the 31-21 victory. Trevor Lawrence, 241 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Travis Etienne, he had 77 yards on the ground and a touchdown. And Calvin Ridley, his first game back, he got busy, 9 catches, 101 yards and a touchdown. Shout out to Jacksonville starting 1-0. As for Indy, they had the young pup Anthony Richardson in the game. He did some good things. He did some things he shouldn't have did. But, it was a learning experience. He played way better than I thought he was going to play. I'm going to keep it a C note. Threw for 223 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. He also ran for 40 yards. Michael Pittman, 8 catches, 97 yards, and a touchdown. Indy was actually winning this game at one point. The Colts start 0-1. San Fran, they was in Pittsburgh to play the Steelers, and they came away with the 30-7 victory. Brock Purdy, he got busy, 220 yards and 2 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey, 152 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, 129, 2 touchdowns. Shout out Brandon Ayuk, 1,000 yards last season. I think he's arrived. I think this will be the year Brandon Ayuk becomes the number 1 receiver on San Fran. And I'm not even throwing those shots at Daboll enough. And I'm just saying Brandon Ayuk is okay. He's a good player. I'm just keeping it a C note. Kenny Pickett and the Steelers, they got off to a horrible start. He threw for 232, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. Najee Harris, who I told you guys to sit in fantasy football, 31 yards in the ground. And Allen Robinson, the former Ram, 5 catches, 64 yards. This game was one-sided, though. At one point in the game, the total yards was San Fran, 199. Pittsburgh, 1. That game was lopsided. Shout out Brock Purdy. He came out intense today. I don't know if he's really that good. Maybe Pittsburgh D might have fell off a little bit. I mean, I know they did settle in a little bit later, but first part of that game, Brock Purdy marched up and down the field. So shout out to him. Next up, we got Washington hosting Arizona. Arizona, they really didn't have no body. We know Kyler's out. We know DeAndre is not there no more. Still put up a fight, but Washington came away with the 20-16 victory. Sam Howell, 202 yards in the air, a touchdown, interception. He also ran for a touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr., he had 59 yards on the ground. Curtis Samuel, 5 catches, 54 yards. Shout out to Washington. They're now 1-0. As for the Cardinals, they started Joshua Dobbs, who they just recently signed. He threw for 132 yards. James Conner had 62 yards on the ground. And Rondell Moore, 3 catches, 33 yards. Arizona's 0-1, but they played a lot better than I thought they was going to play. Defense actually looked so-so, but they were playing Washington. And again, I'm not going to overreact because this is week 1. Shout out to Lamar Jackson. He's one of the quarterbacks that got paid. Him and the Ravens, they was hosting the Houston Texans, C.J. Stroud. And Baltimore came away with the 25-9 victory. But I don't know about Lamar game. He threw for 169 yards, had an interception. He also ran for 38 yards. Shout out Zay Flowers, 8 catches, 78 yards. J.K. Dobbins was hurt. They said that he tore something. J.K. Dobbins just can't catch a break. Couldn't stay healthy. Then he wanted a contract even though he couldn't stay healthy. Now he done tore something. But shout out to Baltimore. They start off 1-0. As for C.J. Stroud, he threw for 242. Damian Pierce really did nothing, 38 yards on the ground. Nico Collins did have 6 catches for 80 yards. The Texans are 0-1 people. Let's go Vegas. They were in Denver to take on the Broncos. The Jimmy G era starts with a 17-16 victory over Denver. Jimmy threw for 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Josh Jacobs came in late from the holdout pause. He ran for 48 yards. And the new Raider, Jacoby Myers, fresh from the New England Patriots, he had a hard time getting into the end zone last year. He got into the end zone twice, 9 catches, 81 yards, 2 touchdowns. Shout out to Vegas. Russell Wilson looked so-so. He threw for 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. A lot of people will say that's better than so-so. But, you know, he did most of his damage early, I think, to me. Javonte Williams, he's back off a tear where he missed most of last season. He had 52 yards on the ground. And Samaje Perine led them in receptions, 4 catches, 37 yards. I don't know. Russ still might have a problem with his receivers. They ain't that good. I'm just keeping it a C note. Let's go Philly. They was in Foxborough to take on New England. The defending NFC champs came away with the 25-20 victory. Again, it's only week 1, but I'm not overreacting. Jalen Hurts threw for 170 yards and a touchdown. Gainwell ran for 54 yards, and you had A.J. Brown, 7 catches, 79 yards. Shout out to the Eagles. They start off 1-0. They had to hold New England off, and Bill Belichick, with a couple bad calls at the end, might have lost this game for New England. I'm just keeping it a C note. Mac Jones threw for 316, 3 touchdowns and an interception. They got nothing on the ground. Zeke had 29 yards. But Kendrick Bourne did get busy. 6 catches, 64 yards, 2 touchdowns. Here's the thing, Belichick, on one of the drive, the drive before the last drive, they drove down the field. Instead of kicking a field goal, they went for it, didn't get it. Had to come back down the next time and scored a touchdown when they would have just needed a field goal. To me, I think Belichick should have kicked one of them field goals. I'm just keeping it a C note, but what do I know? Next up, we got the LA Rams in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Cooper Kupp just put on IR. The Rams predicted to win 6 games. Most people saying Aaron Donald should be traded, that the defense would be a bottom 5 defense. Shout out to the Rams. They came away with a 30-13 victory. Matthew Stafford looked like he was back in form. He threw for 334 yards. Kyron Williams, 52 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. Shout out to Kyron Williams. He got busy. How about Tutu Atwell? 6 catches, 119 yards. And then we had the rookie, Puka Nacua, 10 catches, also had 119 yards. Shout out to the Ramleys starting off 1-0. I see you, boys. Yeah, I'm talking about Geno Smith. I said I don't believe in Geno this year. Vito believes in Geno. Cool. He didn't have a bad game. He just didn't have a good game. 112 yards and a touchdown. Kenneth Walker, 64 yards on the ground. DK Metcalf, 3 catches, 47 yards and a touchdown. But DK Metcalf was locked down. Don't let them stats fool you. Them guys was up major. They was up like 13-7 or something on the Rams. Rams scored last 23 points. Shout out to the Rams starting off 1-0. Listen, Green Bay, the Aaron Rodgers era is over. Jordan Love's era started in Chicago against the Bears, and they went in there and treated Chicago 38-20. Jordan Love threw for 245, 3 touchdowns, and he did that without Christian Watson. Shout out to him. Aaron Jones, he ran for 41 yards and a touchdown, and he had 2 catches, 86 yards and a touchdown. Jordan Love gets his first win in the era of Jordan Love in Green Bay. Shout out to him. Justin Fields, it's only week 1, so I'm not going to overreact, but it's a lot of hype about Justin Fields this year. It's a lot of hype about him. He looked like he had Justin Fields type game, like nothing changed with his game. He threw for 216, a touchdown and an interception, and he ran for 59 yards. Darnell Mooney, 453 and a touchdown. Where was DJ Moore at? And this is my thing. DJ Moore's had 1,000-yard receiving years with nobody as their quarterback. So if he can't get his stack with Justin Fields, then Justin Fields may not be it. We ain't going to say DJ ain't it, because DJ is proven in the league. I'm just keeping it a C note. Shootout of the day came out in L.A. You had the Dolphins in L.A. to take on the Chargers. Dolphins came away with the 36-34 victory. Shout out to it. Tua got busy. 466 yards, 3 touchdowns, an interception. They ain't do much on the ground. Mostert did have 37 yards and a touchdown. But that boy Tyreek Hill is back. The season is started, and Cheetah is trying to let everybody know what it is. 11 catches, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yikes. Keep it a C note. Do we got to really start looking at Tyreek Hill more as that best receiver in the league? Because every year it seemed like we put this person over him and that person over him. He regularly does this. He's different. So keep it a C note. Are we overlooking Tyreek Hill? Yes, no. Let me know. Justin Herbert, he's another one of them guys that got paid. So game. He didn't show me nothing new. 228 yards, a touchdown. Austin Eckler, 117 and a touchdown. Keenan Allen, 6 for 76 yards. And Mike Williams was hurt. But what else is new? Chargers fans, Mike Williams was hurt. What else is new, right? I don't know. Justin Herbert, he got paid, and it's only week 1, so I'm not going to overreact. But Justin Herbert looks so-so. I'm just keeping it a C note. Sunday Night Football, we had Dallas. They was in Jersey to take on the Giants. They beat the brakes off the Giants 40-0. Dak Prescott, he threw for 143 yards. Tony Pollard, 70 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb, 4 catches, 77 yards. Shout out to the Cowboys. They're 1-0. That defense looks mean. All type of sacks, all type of takeaways. Dallas may be a problem, but I'm not going to jump to conclusions. It's just 1 week. As for the Giants, Daniel Jones, he just got paid that money and he stunk it up. He threw for 104 yards and 2 interceptions. Saquon Barkley, 51 yards on the ground. And Darren Waller, he did nothing. 3 catches, 36 yards. The Giants' offensive line looks like it's horrible. It looks horrible. I'm just keeping it a C note. And Brian Daboll, the coach of the Giants, he's out of pocket. You're down 40-0. You just paid Daniel Jones a bunch of money. Why do you got him in the game? He's taking unnecessary hits for nothing. You're down 40. It's like 3-4 minutes left. Take the man out the game. Brian Daboll, you are out of pocket for that. I'm just keeping it a C note. Before I get out of here, I want to know what's going on with Philly. I mean, I know New England has a good defense, but did DeAndre Swift, 1 carry? Rashard Penny, no carries? Can somebody tell me what's going on? Eagles fans, what's going on? Keep it a C note. Let me know. Also, no cap, or it's just 1 week. Let me know. The Dallas Cowboys look like the best team in the NFC East. Is that no cap or relax? It's just 1 week. Keep it a C note. Let me know. I know it's just 1 week, but that team looks complete. Offense and defense. I'm going to say no cap. They look like the strongest team in the league. I'm just keeping it a C note again. What's your thoughts? No cap or relax. It's just 1 week. The Dallas Cowboys look like the best team in the NFC East. What's your thoughts? Keep it a C note. How about the Cleveland Browns, who beat the brakes off the Cincinnati Bengals? They will win the AFC North. Is that no cap or relax? It's just 1 week. Keep it a C note. Let me know. I got Cleveland making the playoffs, but relax, it's just 1 week. Joe Burrow was out. He got to get his swag back. I think the Bengals still win that division. I'm just keeping it a C note. How about this one for all the haters? No cap or relax, it's just 1 week. The LA Rams will make the playoffs. What you got to say about that? Keep it a C note. Let me know. I'm going no cap, no cap, no cap. I believe the Rams make the playoffs. I think we're going to shock the world. I think we way better than people think we are. And I think that's what McVay is laughing at. Shout out Puka Nacua. He's making an early case for Rookie of the Year on the offensive side. I'm just keeping it a C note. Sunday, week 1 MVP. Keep it a C note. Who you got? My nominees, Brandon Ayuk, 8 catches, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns. Brandon Ayuk got busy. Tyreek Hill, 11 catches, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns. Or we got Tua, 466 yards, 3 touchdowns. Keep it a C note. Who's the Sunday MVP? I'm going Tua, 466 yards, 3 touchdowns. That boy got busy. He's my Sunday MVP, and I know most of his yards went to Tyreek, but over 200 of them yards went somewhere else. So Tua is who I got for MVP. But again, Sunday week 1 MVP, who you got? Brandon Ayuk, Tyreek Hill, or my man Tua? Keep it a C note, let me know. Monday Night Football, you got the Buffalo Bills, you got the Jets. Keep it a C note, who wins? I'm taking the Jets. I think it'll be a close game, but I think the Jets get busy. That's just my thoughts. Again, what's your thoughts? Monday Night Football, you got the Jets, you got the Buffalo Bills. Who wins? Keep it a C note, let me know. I'm going to wrap this episode up. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Again, if this your first time tuning in, salute to you. Please do me a favor. Make sure you hit the sub button, hit the like button. Make sure everybody hit the bell so y'all can stay notified when we drop new content. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. If you agree with something, you disagree with something, you want to correct me on something, or if you just want to call me an Uber, let me know in the comments. Just make sure you keep it a C note. And please share this video with someone who likes to talk sports and entertainment just like you, so that we can all talk that talk together. As always, I am your boy Brown. Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell everybody. Keep it a C note. I holla at y'all.
This is what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like. Da, 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 da.